Today I speak to you with a message that can change the course of your life. It begins before 9 a.m. Too many of you start your mornings in chaos, hitting the snooze button, rushing through routines, reacting instead of preparing. You let the day dictate your actions instead of choosing how you want to live it. But hear me now, your morning is not just the beginning of the day. It is the launch pad for your future. Ask yourself, how are you starting your mornings? Is it with purpose or by habit? Are you stepping into your day with clarity? Or are you just trying to make it through? Because when you take control of your morning, you set the tone for everything that follows. Win the first hour and you build the power to win the rest of the day, the week, even the year. This is not about chasing perfection. It is about choosing progress and creating momentum through consistent, intentional actions. Even 1 or 2 meaningful morning habits can transform your mindset, sharpen your focus, and ignite the energy you need to chase your goals. So here is my challenge to you. Do not wait for the right time. Start now. Start today. Because if you do not choose your routine, life will create one for you, and it will not be one that leads to growth or greatness. Stay with me, for I will show you how to build a morning routine that works for you. One that empowers you, inspires you, and prepares you to lead your life with purpose and strength every single day. Let us dive in and design a morning that builds a better version of you, one step at a time. The first hour, master it or be mastered. Let me talk about the first hour of your day, the moment your eyes open and the world has not yet grabbed you. Hear me loud and clear. That first hour is not just another 60 minutes on the clock. It is a golden window, a sacred space, a choice. The way you treat it will determine whether you run your life or your life runs you. Most people do not have a morning, they have an emergency. They roll out of bed late, skip reflection, grab their phone like it is oxygen and dive straight into noise. No direction, no intention, just reaction. But I give you a new idea. The first hour is your training ground. It is your advantage. It is your edge. If you learn to master that hour, you can learn to master your entire day and eventually your entire destiny. Discipline starts before breakfast. That first hour sets the tone, it builds momentum. It whispers to your mind, this day belongs to me, I'm in control. Think of it like this, the morning is your personal boardroom. It is where the CEO of your life, that is you, decides how the rest of the day will unfold. So I ask you, do you walk into that first hour with a plan, or are you drifting into it like a leaf in the wind? Because if you do not command the first hour, the world will. And the world is pushy. It has texts, notifications, breaking news, drama, distraction. And none of it is in service of your dreams. What do I mean by mastering the first hour? It does not mean cramming in 20 things. It means choosing just a few small disciplines and doing them with purpose. Here is my suggestion. Wake up with intention, not anxiety. Sit in silence before the noise arrives. Write down your goals, even if they are the same as yesterday. Read 10 pages of something that feeds your mind, not your fear. Move your body, even just a little. And most importantly, decide who you are going to be today. You do not need perfection. You need rhythm. You need commitment. You need consistency. When the first hour is intentional, the rest of the day follows like a well-trained horse. But if the first hour is chaos, you spend the rest of the day trying to recover from your own lack of preparation. I have seen this in your life over and over. When you treat your morning like an accident, your results look accidental. But when you treat your morning like a ritual, like a ceremony, the rest of your day rises to meet that standard. And the best part? It only takes one decision to start. Not next week, not after the weekend. Tomorrow morning, you get up and take control of the first hour. You set the tone, you set the intention. You begin the day like the leader of your own life, not a follower of chaos, because if you do not master that first hour, sooner or later, life will master you. And I do not want that for you. I want your mornings to be the launching pad for your success, not the apology for your failure. So begin here. Master the morning. Master the moment. Soon you will find yourself mastering the life you once only dreamed of. Success is hidden in your schedule. Let me share with you a simple truth that changed my servant's life, and it might just change yours. Success does not show up by surprise, it shows up by schedule. Yes, that is right. Not by luck, not by wishes, not even by talent alone. Success is found not in the big goals, but in the little blocks of time most people waste without a second thought. Your calendar, my friend, is not just where you keep appointments. It is where you build your future. Do not misunderstand me. I'm not talking about cramming your day full of to-do lists and hustle. No, that is not the game. I'm talking about intentional time. Time aligned with who you want to become. Because here is what I have learned. You cannot have a first-class life with a second-class schedule. Let me ask you, if I looked at your calendar for the week, would I see your dreams on it? Would I see time for reading, time for thinking, time for building, time for health, time for relationships, or would I just see errands, meetings, mindless scrolling, a whole lot of busy, but not a lot of progress? See, success is not buried in the future, it is hidden in your daily routine, and more specifically, how you structure your time. Let me give you a word: deliberate. The difference between the successful and the unsuccessful is not ours. It is how deliberately those hours are used. We all get the same 24. The question is, who is getting more value out of their 24? The broke man and the wealthy man have the same time. The undisciplined and the achiever have the same clock. The difference is the schedule. Your life moves in the direction of what you consistently give your time to. Want to become stronger? Schedule your workouts. Want to be smarter? Schedule your learning. Want better relationships? Schedule connection. Want freedom? Schedule discipline. Here's what I recommend. Do not just live from memory. Live from a design. Design a day that moves your life forward. Design a week that reflects your values, not your stress. Do not try to perfect it on day one. That is not the point. Start simple. Block 30 minutes in the morning for you. Block 20 minutes to reflect at night. Give your goals a time slot and protect it like it matters, because it does. Your future is not waiting to be discovered. It is waiting to be scheduled. And here is the beautiful part. Once you take control of your schedule, you stop living like a victim of time and start living like the architect of your life. So take a look at your day. Take a look at your week. Do not just fill the hours, invest them, put success on the calendar, and then show up like your life depends on it, because it does. Remember, either you run your schedule or your schedule will run you. And one of those leads to a life of purpose, the other a life of regret. Choose wisely. Design deliberately. Schedule the success you say you want. Your rituals reveal your results. Let me share something with you that every successful person understands, even if they do not always say it out loud. Success is not something you stumble into. It is something you create with your rituals. Now I know what you're thinking. What is a ritual? A ritual is more than a habit. It is a decision made sacred by repetition. It is not just what you do, it is what you commit to doing every single day with purpose, meaning, and direction. People want the results, but ignore the rituals. They want the six-figure income, but not the early mornings. They want the strong body, but not the daily movement. They want peace of mind, but will not touch silence and stillness. But I tell you this, your rituals tell the truth. They tell me whether you are serious or just wishing. They tell me what direction your life is heading long before the results show up. Because what you repeat, you become. Let me ask you, what do your daily rituals say about you? Do they say discipline or distraction? Do they whisper growth or scream stagnation? Do they speak of purpose or survival? It is not what you occasionally do that shapes your destiny. It is what you do consistently when no one is watching, no one is cheering, no one is asking. Let me give you a simple example. You want to be a reader? Read every morning 10 pages a day. That is 300 pages a month, 3,600 pages a year. That is not just reading, that is identity transformation. You want to be fit? Move every morning. You do not need an hour. Start with 15 minutes. Rituals are not about duration, they are about devotion. And here is the secret. At first you shape your rituals, but over time your rituals shape you. They build your confidence, they build your mindset, they build your life. Your results are just a mirror. They reflect the rituals you have repeated over time. If you want better results, do not start with the goal, start with the ritual. So what do? You do not try to do everything. You choose a few powerful things and do them well every day without excuse, without drama, without needing to feel motivated. Because discipline beats motivation every time. Build a ritual for your body, build a ritual for your mind, build a ritual for your spirit. Stack those wins and stack them early in the day. Because how you start your day often becomes how you live your life. Rituals are how you signal to the world and to yourself that you are serious. So do not just chase results, build the foundation. And remember, if you want to change your life, Do not change everything. Change your rituals. Start small, stay consistent. Watch your results begin to rise like the sun every single day. Let me talk about something simple but dangerous. The snooze button. It may seem harmless. What's 10 more minutes, right? But those 10 minutes are not free. You pay for them with momentum, with discipline, and eventually with regret. Snoozing is not just a sleep issue, it is a mindset issue. It is your first decision of the day. And what does it say? It says, I'd rather delay than start. It says, comfort over commitment. It says, later instead of now. The tragedy is that small lazy habit becomes a big lazy life, because how you do one thing is how you do everything. If you delay the day, you will delay the dream. If you start with avoidance, you will finish with excuses. Let me challenge your thinking. What if the first 5 minutes of your day became your most powerful? What if instead of hitting snooze, you hit strategy? Here is the truth. Your bed is for resting, not retreating. Your morning is for action, not avoidance. You do not need to overhaul your life. You just need to change that first decision. Replace the lazy habit with a winning ritual. Get out of bed on the first alarm, not because you feel like it, but because you said you would. That is how confidence is built, by keeping promises to yourself when it is hard. Then drink water, wake the body, move, wake the mind, write down your goals, wake your purpose. Do not check your phone, do not scroll the feed, do not start your day in someone else's life, start in yours. This is how you shift from passive to powerful, from snooze to strategy. Some say, I'm just not a morning person. I say, that is not a label, that is a pattern, and patterns can be changed. You just have to want the outcome more than the excuse. Every lazy habit can be replaced but not removed. If you do not replace it with something better, it will return. Build a new pattern, a new decision, a new identity. The kind of person who does not hit snooze because life is calling, because purpose is calling, because progress does not wait. Remember, every time you hit snooze, you train yourself to delay life. Every time you rise with intention, you train yourself for greatness. Make the decision. Not once, but every morning. No more delays, no more lazy starts. Trade in that snooze button for strategy, structure, and self-respect. Your dreams are not sleeping in. They are waiting for you just on the other side of the alarm clock. Let me ask you, what are you feeding your mind first thing in the morning? Just like the body needs fuel, so does the mind. If you start the day with junk, do not be surprised when your thoughts are foggy, your attitude is weak, and your results are average. The first thoughts of your day shape the quality of your day. The quality of your day, over time, shapes the quality of your life. Most people wake up and feed their mind with noise, the news, gossip, drama, headlines. They start the day anxious, reactive, and behind, and then wonder why the rest of the day feels like a battle. But you are here to grow. You are here to build a better life. That starts with feeding your mind the right nutrients first thing in the morning. Let me give it to you plain. You need to study more than you scroll. You need to absorb wisdom before you absorb distraction. Ideas are the seeds of change. Every morning is a chance to plant new ones. Do not worry, I'm not talking about 5 hours in a library. I'm talking about 15, maybe 20 minutes. Start small, stay consistent. A few pages of a good book, 10 minutes of an educational podcast. Listening to a mentor who has been where you want to go. Let your morning be your classroom, not your crisis. Every day you are either building your mind or letting it go dull. In this world, a dull mind is a dangerous thing. You have dreams to build, skills to sharpen, thoughts to upgrade. Mornings give you the mental space to do just that before the world starts knocking. When you fuel your mind in the morning, you think sharper, you act wiser. You speak with more clarity, you face the day with more direction. The more you learn, the more you can earn, become, and contribute. Some say, I don't have time in the morning. I say, then you don't have time to grow. You make time for what matters. Cut 10 minutes from scrolling, cut 15 from complaining. You have just bought back your mind. Garbage in, garbage out, wisdom in, wisdom out. Guard the gates of your mind, especially in the morning. Feed it something strong, useful, true. Your life will rise or fall to the level of your thinking. Your thinking is shaped by what you study. Start tomorrow. Put a book by your bed, a notebook on the table, a podcast on standby. Turn off the noise, turn up the learning. When you fuel the mind early, you lead the day with power, not panic. That, my friend, is the mark of someone building a life on purpose. Discipline is physical as well as mental. When your body moves with intention, your mind follows its lead. Successful people do not just train their thoughts, they train their mornings, they train their energy, they train their pace. Some carry momentum all day long. They are not lucky, they are not special. They move early and momentum stays with them. Build movement into your morning ritual. Walk while you think. Stretch while you reflect. Let motion become the switch that turns your day on. The alternative is simple. You stay still, you stay stuck, you wait, you stall, you hesitate. Hesitation is the enemy of success. You do not need to feel motivated to move. You need to move, and then you will feel motivated. It works in life, it works in business, it works in your spirit. Tomorrow morning, do not just wake up. Rise, stand, move, shake off the sleep, shake off the doubt, shake off yesterday's limitations. Step into momentum one move at a time. Movement may not solve everything, but it is how everything starts. Movement sparks momentum. Gratitude and goals. What you feed your heart and mind, how you begin your day shapes your life. Two forces you must feed every morning, gratitude and goals. Gratitude keeps your heart aligned. Goals keep your mind focused. Most start their day in survival mode. They wake stressed, thinking about what is missing, what is wrong, and what has not happened yet. But if you start your day in lack, you will live your day in limitation. If you start with complaint, you carry that mindset all day. The first few minutes of the morning should recalibrate your perspective. Remind yourself, you are alive, you are breathing, you have another shot. Start with gratitude, not vague thank yous, but specific ones. Thankful for your health, even if it is not perfect. Thankful for your family, even if things are not easy. Thankful for opportunity, even if it is still becoming clear. Gratitude trains your eyes to see the good. It trains your mind to expect more of it. But gratitude alone is not enough. You also need clarity, direction, aim. That is where goals come in. The morning is the time to reconnect with why you are doing this, why you are working, why you are pushing, why you are choosing discipline over comfort. Write down your goals, speak them out loud. Do not just write what you want. Write who you are becoming to get it. You want to be wealthy? Write, I am becoming a disciplined steward of my time and talents. You want to be healthier? Right? I am becoming someone who honors the body with every choice. Goals are not just about acquisition, they are about transformation. Gratitude roots you in the present. Goals pull you into the future. When you live with both, you walk your day with peace and power. If you do not feel grateful or inspired, practice it until the feeling comes. You do not wait to feel thankful, you practice it. You do not wait to feel focused. You write the goals until clarity shows up. Discipline first. Emotion follows. Every morning before the world gets noisy, before the demands begin, take 5 minutes, 3 minutes for gratitude, 2 minutes for goals, or flip it. It does not matter. What matters is you build the habit of direction into the start of your day. If you do not decide what matters to you, the day will decide for you, and you might not like its choices. Tomorrow morning, wake up thankful for what is, hungry for what could be, gratitude in one hand, goals in the other. That is a life built on purpose. Win the morning, win the day. Let me give you a phrase that changed many lives. Win the morning, and you win the day. It might sound simple, almost too simple. But do not let the simplicity fool you. This is one of the most powerful disciplines you will ever build. How you begin determines how you continue. How you continue determines how you finish. Most survive the morning. They rush, they scroll, they react, they scramble. But the successful, the fulfilled, the disciplined own the morning. They rise with intention. They follow a pattern. They do not stumble into the day, they lead it.